the amazing story of Barnabas. Barnabas looks with amazement at how the Christians live. They live as if they were brothers and sisters of one another. Barnabas would really like to stay with the Christians because they share everything they have, everything with one another. People don't live like that in the town which he comes from. There, sometimes children are sold as slaves, and the rich people keep them in their houses like prisoners and make them work hard all their lives. Barnabas also comes from a really rich family. He's never seen people who love one another like this, like the Christians do. And they live as if Jesus was still with them. Barnabas really wants to stay with them. I'd really like to live like that, he says. One day, he was speaking to a young Christian and he says to him, "But how do you manage to live together? How do you manage to live with the poor, with rich people, with slaves? And how do you share all the things you have with those people who have nothing?" The young man looks at Barnabas and says, "You know, Barnabas, we Christians, we really want to be like God because He gave us everything. He even gave His Son, Jesus, who came down on earth to be with us." Barnabas is really moved when he hears about Jesus. And he can't resist any longer. He wants to live with the other Christians. He felt so incredibly happy. He really wanted to give everything to Jesus, all of himself and everything he owned. And that was something because Barnabas was really, really rich. So he decided to go home and sell everything he owned. When he got home, Barnabas, who was so full of enthusiasm, talks about Jesus and about the new family of Christians he's found. His parents and friends listen to him and they see how happy he is and they let him sell everything he owns. Barnabas then takes the money he's received from the sale of everything and goes back to Jerusalem to the apostles, who welcome him with open arms. Barnabas gives the apostle the money and many other things that he's brought with him. "Here you are," he says, "this is for whoever's in need, and from now on I want to stay with you Christians always." The apostles sat together and decided who really needed the money most. So they gave it to a family where the father had just died, and also to an older man who was all on his own and was really ill. Barnabas is really, really happy and thanks Jesus because he sees that amongst them there's no one in need and no one alone. They all help one another as if they were one big family.